Good morning.
For a long time. We didn't get to make it by this past year to visit with the Christ-like family. We're glad to be here in 2020. We were here a time or two with Pastor working on sound systems and that type thing, but we didn't get a chance to come by and be in service. But so glad to be in the house of the Lord today. And Linda, I'm thinking they were singing, I don't know that song, but I know where that song originated from. My chains are gone. My goodness, I'm glad that I'm not bound up, I'm not tied up by any kind of chains. Let me make sure. I thought he was going to do some other things, and he just got real quick here. All of a sudden, he says, don't come on.
It's gone real quick, Charlie.
You got the preaching voice.
I'm sitting over there thinking about my chains are gone.
Mine too.
There's too much to do these days to get everything ready. I thought I would set up, is this on now?
Yeah.
I thought I would set up down here, I like to be a little closer. And the other thing is steps. You get my age, you don't like steps. But I'm glad to be, like I said, in the house of the Lord this morning. And he's still who he says he is. My chains are gone because of his amazing grace this morning. I love that old song of the church. I'm glad we can sing a song. What would we do without a song, church? How can I keep from singing?
pick me up. Sing 'cause you love. I can sing 'cause you hear me, Lord, when I call to you in prayer. I can sing with my last breath. Sing 'cause I know that I'll sing with the angels and the saints around the throne. How can I keep from singing your praise? How can I ever say enough? How amazing is your love? How can I keep from shouting your name? I know I'm loved by the King, and it makes my heart want to sing. I can sing. I can sing. Hallelujah to the Lamb. Hallelujah to the Lamb that was slain upon a tree. It's by His stripes we are healed. It's by His blood that we are sealed. Hallelujah to the Lamb of God. It was told He would come, and His race He would run, and it would end on an old rugged tree. But when they laid Him in the tomb, the power of God came in the room, and now He lives forever, forevermore. Hallelujah to the Lamb. Hallelujah to the Lamb that was slain upon a tree. It's by His stripes we are healed. It's by His blood that we are sealed. Hallelujah to the Lamb of God. My friend, He's coming back someday to take us all with Him to stay, and there His glory will share. And when that first trumpet sounds, we'll all be glory bound up there with forever, forever. Hallelujah to the Lamb. Hallelujah to the Lamb that was slain upon a tree. It's by His stripes we are healed. It's by His blood that we are sealed. Hallelujah to the Lamb of God. Hallelujah to the Lamb of God.
You know, I may have told you before, I got saved when I was 12 years old, 1959, a long time ago. And I am just so glad that all of these years that I have never had a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I really haven't. There's never been a problem, but I tell you one thing, I've had my share of problems. They never come in singles, do they? One follows the other, then it's not one, it's another, but I'm glad there's still God. There's still a God that's bigger. He's bigger than any problem, bigger than any mountain that we could ever come upon.
Bigger than all my problems, bigger than all my fears. God is bigger than any mountain that I
out any problem, any circumstance, any situation.
Amen.
This year, 2020, I said I got saved in 1959. My dad was playing country music. I've got some new equipment here I'm dealing with to find out how it's working. Some of this stuff works off iPad now. Everything is high-tech, digital.
Aren't you gonna do some banjo?
What's that?
Aren't you gonna do some banjo?
Oh, yeah. I'm not through. I just get started, bud. I won't pick no five things. I won't pick another song on that guitar. But it was 1957, right over here in Lithia Springs, Georgia, that my dad brought home an $8 guitar from a pawn shop. And 10 years old, he showed me a couple chords. And I went to Lithia Springs School. Anybody, now this might be one or two that's nearly as old as I am, but does anybody in here happen to remember Freddie Miller, Stars of Tomorrow? I see a hand go up back there. Well, I went to my 4th grade class, and I entered a talent contest for Freddie Miller's Stars of Tomorrow, singing "You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog." Everybody remembers that for sure. Well, I'm not going to do Hound Dog this morning, but I do want to play another song guitar. My daddy was playing country music on radio. We had a Saturday morning radio show when he and my mom got right with the Lord and I got saved. We immediately started singing gospel music in 1960. And so this is 2020. That was 60 years ago that I started playing gospel music. And so I've been learning to play the guitar for 63 years now.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning. But I enjoy music. I enjoy playing. The Lord called me to preach in 1990. And most of you know Linda and I have traveled full-time in ministry since 1991. So more time's getting on. It's going fast. But I want to play a song that, turn this guitar up just a little bit. My mom and dad sang a song that, it's an old song, but I found out a long time ago that to play music is a good thing, but it's a much better thing when it's anointed by the power and the Spirit of the Lord.
Oh, yeah.
And I hope that I play with an anointing this morning that will, it's an anointing of the Holy Spirit that will break yokes. It will break chains. That's what breaks a chain. No matter if we're in the Word, if we're worshiping in music or whatever. And I pray that there'll be an anointing on an old song this morning that Mom and Dad sang when I was just a kid. I hope this will bless you today. visitors with us this morning. It's family, little Jan Buckner Goff. I just always call her a little one. And in my music career, many, many years ago when I was a kid, she was too, we traveled with Wendy Bagwell and the Songwriters and sang to a lot of audience and crowds around this country. And we remained friends for years. She's been in my studio many, many, many times, and her and Linda get together and cook every now and then, and we just have a good time visiting. But I'm so glad her and friend Sandy's with us this morning, and I wouldn't catch her off guard and ask her to sing her song because I don't have any of the tracks of her songs or anything. But I'm sure she'll come back to sing for you sometime, Pastor, and because she's pretty close to home right now. And so have her over sometime, and she'll do that. But thank you, Jan, for showing up this morning. And, well, I'm going to preach in just a minute. Glenda, come back and share a minute if you got anything you want to say or whatever. And maybe we'll say one more song, and then I'll grab a banjo and we'll preach.
I think it's futile that a man would ask a woman, does she have anything to say?
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous, isn't it? It's a joy for us to be with you this morning, and I'm so thankful for the mercies and the faithfulness of our God. There's nothing too big for Him, nothing too hard. The word says, David, I love the writings in Psalms because sometimes David would say, when my spirit is overwhelmed, then I cried unto the Lord and He heard me. And I like the part where He said He heard me speedily, because we really get anxious for God to move in a fast way. And sometimes we overlook in that patient waiting, we learn so many things from the Lord. But I'm so glad that when I feel desolate or when things have come, and we all have these things that happen in our lives, and usually they're on Monday morning. Or sometimes they'll be on Wednesday. Sometimes they're on Saturday. Sometimes they're on Sunday. And last night we were at a motel in Rockmart. We had stayed there. And I thought, Lord, deliver me out of this bed. You know, this is the worst bed I ever paid for in my life. And I thought, when my spirit is getting overwhelmed with me, I need your help speedily. But it was still a good time. The Lord still is, He's just as real as we will let Him be in our lives. And whatever you may be facing today or tomorrow and in the future, we don't know what, as Charlie says a lot of times, we don't know what the future holds tomorrow, but we know who holds tomorrow. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not to your own understanding. I have to have a made-up mind, because the double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. You can't doubt and receive from the Lord. We have to have a made-up mind. And sometimes our thinking in the flesh is not correct, is it? I want to, there's things that we think we want that we don't really need. And if we will just trust Him and tell that flesh, because the spirit of the flesh is always going to be an enmity until the Lord comes. You know, how can I be delivered from this flesh? It's when the Lord comes, or when He takes me home, then I'm totally free. But the flesh will steer me in the wrong direction. You have to listen to the Spirit. The Word is the final authority. It's the final truth. Don't matter what I see, what I feel, what I think. Change my thinking. Turn it back to the Word. And I just know that I can't live without Him, without His Word. Amen. Without His Word. The Word is truth. I can't live without it. Whatever you face, turn your heart to Him. Turn your heart to the Word. Let the Lord live in you mightily. Have a made-up mind. Have a made-up mind. Don't let it be deceived by the things of this world and what we go through. The Word is the truth.
We lived so close to here for so many years. We were only 15 miles from the new hospital here, so about 16, 17 miles. And this last year, we made a dramatic change after all these years of being a Georgia resident since 1955. we decided to move to Alabama. Oh my goodness. But there was a reason. My brother built a house over there, and he had a boat. He'd have to use it. He bought a brand new bass boat last year and built a house on the lake. And so I just felt an urge. I just felt a calling to go to Lake Wise. And so we did. We sold our house and we moved. And that's why we lived in Rockmart for 15 years. Of all things, we came back and checked in a hotel in Rockmart last night. We could have drove home. It's only 75 miles, but I didn't want to have to get up and leave at 6 o'clock because we lose an hour and a half drive. And but anyway, we're now Alabama residents, so don't hold that against us. We'll sing one more song, and I'll pick banjo. And I love this old song. We sang it last night to the church at the well. And man, I'm so glad that it's the coming of the Lord. He's about to return, I'm telling you, church. And I believe it's right around the corner here, over the next hill. We're going to be home.
Say that over the next hill will be home. It's a straight and narrow highway, no detours and no byways, and over the next hill will be home. From the prophet's side, I would say the end is nearing, for I see familiar landmarks all along. By the dreams that I've been dreaming, there will be a great redeeming, and over the next hill will be home. By the turn the tide has taken, I would see no mistaking that over the next hill will be home. There's a place way on here that so many have been fearing, but over the next hill will be home. When we get there, we're all knowing that we'll find the gates open, and there'll be a refuge from the coming storm. Though the way's been long and weary, but at last the end is nearing, and over the next hill will be home. And over the next hill will be home.
Over the next hill, church, we will be home, that's for sure.
True, so true. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, God.
I left my banjo here last night. Normally, a 5-string banjo, you come in and tune it before service, and then the air conditioner, the heat changes, and this head changes the tuning of the banjo. And so,
But
Linda told
nobody
me,
notices that but you.
Oh, no, I do.
but Linda told me this morning, she said, you get there in time to tune that banjo this morning, because last night it was almost in tune. And I got a pick here somewhere there, Sal. I don't make excuses. If you can't do it, you just can't do it. And so I can't do everything. But I've got a finger that has kind of gone south on me here. Well, I tell you, this getting old thing's the hardest thing I ever did. And things change. And I got a finger that is pulling down. I'm having a procedure on February the 18th that they will go in and deal with it and supposed to straighten it back up. But what it does, it's in my way of picking the banjo. And so, but I'm going to attempt to play a little bit and maybe sing a song with it as I go. I don't know which one it could be. Well, I won't say. It was, like I say, it was a long time ago when I got saved. You know, I've never regretted it a single day in my life. The song says, how can I forget what the Lord has done for me?
Amen.
How he paid my debt, paid my sin for how could I forget?